Good day, everyone! Welcome to the Athena Games X-Wings, not live stream, it's recording. My name is Elliot Baker, and I'm sitting next to Christopher Turner, my co-commentator for today.
How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? And what a match we've got for you today. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. We've got Andy versus David in the second round of the tournament.
Yes, yes. David Bishop on the right and Andy Jones on the left. Astro deployment's going out right now of, well, very quick Astro deployment. Very surprising. There's Andy right there.
Guess we'll have to do the rundown pretty quickly as well then.
All right then, yes.
For Andy, we've got an Omicron pilot, a bounty hunter, and Captain Oiken.
All blank except for the Omicron group pilot who's got an engine upgrade.
Very interesting, I'll tell you that much. He called it the 36 Shades of Brown.
Because there's 36 hull points to whack through. Okay, and David Bishop's running 4 B-Wings. Two of the group are the same, and the other 2 are also the same. So basically, it's 2 wings of 2. 2 of the B-Wings have fire control system, an B-Wing E2 upgrade, and intelligence agent, and the other 2 have fire control system.
So it's sort of kind of a rundown of the same sort of ships then. We're going to probably see a lot of like very close combat.
Yeah.
That's what the B-Wing specialise in.
Yeah, they've all got fire control systems, so they're all going to get target lock when they fire.
Definitely.
That's something.
Which means they're probably going to be taking focus actions, most likely, or barrel rolls.
Agreed. Whereas the other 2 have got intelligence agent, which allows you to see the opponent's dial when they're at range 1 or 2, I believe. That would give predictability to Andy's list, maybe. But we'll see. You got to think the bounty hunter's got its rear arc. That's going to come into play. And as we can see, we've got a landing field of asteroid formations here.
It looks like they're going for the double line, which means, but in terms of double line, I mean, both of them have decided, I'm going to put asteroids right in front of you. Yeah,
well, that's very good for Andy. This gives him a lot of space, and not so good for the B-Wings. The B-Wings are quite, they're good at barrel rolling and manoeuvring through asteroids, so the advantage probably for David would be able to mix up a little bit there, put one in the middle, put a spoke out there.
Definitely.
Trying to force Andy to go through the asteroids and maybe bump a few. But, you know, this gives Andy maximum playfield advantage, I think.
Indefinitely. And it looks like they're all ready to go. I mean, they're pretty much set up. What do you think of the list so far?
I think the lists are solid. You got 36 hull points to get through on Andy's, which that's a lot to chew through. But equally, the B-Wings are very good at doing consistent damage, especially at range 1 with 3 dice. However, they're not very evaded with their 1 defense dice, as outlined by the green number there, people. They're also the lowest things on the firing line, unfortunately, so they'll be firing, I think, before or after the Omicron group pilot. Whoever has initiative, I think it's Andy has initiative.
20, 23. Sorry, I'm doing a bit of calculations in my head. There's actually 32 points of hull or damage to get through on the B-Wing side as well. So that's actually a lot to chew through as well. On both sides.
Yeah, I mean, the B-Wings are great because they've got so many shields. You know?
They've got a lot of shields.
They've got 5 shields, which of course shields negate crits. So that's very important. But once they lose them and they're down to 3 hits.
They basically can get 1 shot most of the time, or they get 2 shot, or they just flail down and die. So really, you've got to try and be able to use them before their shields go.
They work best as a formation, as we can see right there, as Dave has deployed them in a very good formation.
A very good square formation as well, with a decent amount of space between them, so they can all maneuver pretty decently between themselves.
As you're looking at them, the top left one is 2, the one under it is 1, the top right one is 3, the one underneath that's 4.
As outlined on our little bit of paper.
And then, of course, we got the fire spray being deployed in the middle, obviously going to straight run through the asteroid. With its rear arc, that thing's really come into play, because that thing could be chased all day long and still fire at your opponent.
Indefinitely. That auxiliary arc, we're probably going to see a lot of that auxiliary arc being put into play this game.
Fantastic.
Especially if he's being chased by those B-Wings.
Yeah, you got to wonder whether David will try and get inside the side blank spots where you can't fire. But of course, that's always the name of the game, isn't it? Now, the Decimator at the top, 360 firing arc. Don't have to worry at all about where
Don't have to worry at all where he puts it, and he's actually putting it quite relatively close to the B-Wings. He's actually putting his 2 bigger ships on the other side of the Decimator, so they're more likely to go for the other 2 than the Decimator.
Well, that makes sense, because the Decimator is, of course, the only named pilot in this, Captain Oiken. Which you have got experience with Oiken, haven't you?
Oh, I've got a ton hell of experience with Oiken.
Would you like to tell us
if you bump into an opposing ship, they take a damage.
Yep.
No way of evading that. That is just as soon as they take the damage, that is it.
And you got to wonder when that's going to come to play in David's tactics here, trying to keep away from the Decimator.
I would probably assume so. I mean, he's got a lot of low pilot skill ships that he's going to be able to try and put himself in positions of not being able to be bumped. However, if Andy plays it smart, he'll be able to get those bumps quite relatively easily.
Dials have been placed down for extra people who've just tuned in and not have never played X-Wing before, this is the planning phase where people decide their maneuvers, place their dials face down, in preparation for when the round begins.
What do you think he's going to go for? I mean, in terms of B-Wing, I mean.
Generally, I think that the standard tactic in a tournament for the start of the game, slow roll it forward, seeing what your opponent's going to do, and then go and decide who you're going to go for. Probably going to end up going for the shuttle, because that's the weaker of the two. The Fire Spray's got a bit more tanky behind it with its auxiliary firing arc. The shuttle is... Everyone goes for the shuttle. Everyone always goes for the shuttle because it's, of course, it barely can turn. It's going to be very, very easy for them to take it out.
Indefinitely. And already we start seeing the maneuvers right now. As you said before, there is a 2 forward coming from David's B-Wing, or first B-Wing, number 1.
There we go, going straight forward. Like I said, slow rolling it. It could have been a speed 1, but I guess the 2 is to make sure they get in there a little bit more faster than usual.
Yeah, no, I think 2 is probably a nice number, because it means that he's already put himself a little bit more forward than... Because obviously these are large ships. Yeah. I mean, if he can get into combat round 1, I guess you could say he's laughing, because he's only against 1 ship where he's got 4
yes, it is
behind
true.
him. So
and also, he's already pretty much past the asteroids by now. Just don't worry about them too much. It's curious though. So for people who've never played X-Wing before, Chris, maybe you'd like to take us through the actions which can be taken by these ships, like a focus, evade, target lock.
Okay, so starting with the B-Wings, relatively easy. They're all pilot skill 2, so they're all going to be moving at the same pace. They're all going to be moving at the same time, and I believe David had initiative this game.
David does have initiative because the Blues have moved first, and the shuttle is
yet to move. So obviously, David gets to move first, and this gives David a lot of options. I mean, the B-Wings can barrel roll. They can take one to the side. They can shuffle. Basically, it's take a 1 template maneuver, and you move them to the side of the base.
Well, we should have pointed that out once it happens. And there's a 2 bank from the shuttle right there.
2 bank from the shuttle.
Surprising. I usually the previous match I've seen there is that we had someone stop the shuttles immediately, try and maximise the time that enemies win the fire arc, and boosting. What a surprise! Getting the shuttle in the thick of it right away.
Indefinitely. I think that a bold move by Andy there, putting the shuttle right in the thick of it so early on. Normally they want to hold back the shuttle so they keep the arc as much as clear as possible.
Of course, the boost move is using the 1 bank template or the 1 straight. You can't use the 1 turn. But, you change your vision so much with that. Fire Spray's gone forward by 2, I believe.
It was a 2 maneuver by the Fire Spray.
And is focused down.
Is going for the focus. And there's the 4 forward from the Decimator. He's really getting into this now.
Those things are surprisingly nimble and maneuverable. You wouldn't think so for such a large ship, but it is.
Yeah, but the problem with the Decimator is the fact that it cannot K-turn. It can only ever go forward.
Which a K-turn, everyone, is where you go forward and you turn 180 degrees at the end of the template.
However, normally this is a red maneuver, except for in the case of the Defender, which is actually a white maneuver.
What happens when you get a red maneuver? And you get
it is stress, ladies and gentlemen. Stressed.
Which means you cannot perform actions or do another red maneuver. Okay.
Until, obviously, you clear it.
Until you clear it.
And the only way you can do it is by doing green maneuver. So,
It makes you very predictable, though.
Yes. This is the tactics of this game. You see that your opponent's obviously got stress on them, and you kind of go, maybe I can sort of predict where he's going, and then counter it.
The Fire Spray's got an evade action in this game, which is nice. Basically gives it 1 guaranteed evade against any damage that goes out. So it's 1, you negate 1 hit instantly. Do you think that's better than a focus? Because a focus gives you a chance for more.
It's hard to say. I mean, in some situations, the evade is generally better because it means it gives you that extra... It's guaranteed. That extra evade roll. However, with focus, you've got more choice.
Yeah.
Because you can either spend it on the defense roll or you can spend it on the attack roll.
And also, you can get more. When you spend focus, you turn all focus rolls that you've rolled into it. So you don't just turn 1, you turn them all into it. Which means you could end up throwing 3 evades, and that's 3 focus, and that's 3 evades, which you can turn it to.
However, there's only 1 eyeball on a dice, so you've got to remember, are you using this focus efficiently, or are you going to be trying to save it for the next fight?
It is worth considering. Still slow rolled it in. Dials are up and placed down, and he's still trying to decide where the Decimator is going to go. But generally,
he did kind of fall forward that thing. It means he's trying to figure out where the B-Wings are going to go. Is the B-Wing going to veer off towards the 2 ships, or are they going to veer off towards his Decimator? So
at this point, Andy's the one that's made the play. He's shown where he's going to go and pretty much telegraphed his tactics.
Do you think he's shown his hand too early then?
I think he has. The B-Wings are unpredictable this day, and they could go anywhere. They could turn to the left, go for the Fire Spray of the shuttle, or they could go right and go for the Decimator. Because David has not played his hand, it means that Andy is going to have to be reacting rather than acting.
Indefinitely. And to be honest, I think that might put Andy in a bit of a sticky situation.
Oh, indeed, I can see that. Look at that worn Decimator. Look at that worn fire spread. Obviously, that's a well-used ship.
Very well-used ship. I'm pretty sure Andy solely plays Imperials, actually. I don't think he's ever played another faction.
Here's a sole Imperial player, and here we go, and move around 2.
It looks like the B-Wings are going for the shuttle and the fire spray as they're performing a 2-bank, or at least the first one is.
I predicted right, going for the shuttle, going for the weaker of the 2
Going
blood.
for the weaker of the 2. However, it does mean that the shuttle needs to begin to start his turning in, or he's going to take a hell lot of damage.
Oh yeah, because when you think of all those B-Wings, you know, just without the range 1 bonus, you're looking at 12 attack dice being thrown at you, which against your 1 defense, well, 4 defense really.
And there is the target lock going onto the shuttle. Yes. He's going straight for the target lock to begin with.
Which is probably the first and only time he'll use target lock in this game, because with fire control system, it means that after he attacks, he gets one anyway.
Yeah.
So you could pretty much say that it's got a permanent target lock.
Permanent target lock indeed.
But with that in mind, Andy's probably going to have to work to keep the target lock ship out of the arc of the B-Wing, so they're forced to basically negate the fire control system completely.
See, the trouble with that is he is a shuttle.
That is the problem, which is exactly why
it's so hard to maneuver those things.
Which is exactly why Dave is going for it first, because it's so difficult to maneuver. He knows he can light that thing up with fire.
I don't know if I would actually go for the shuttle first in this game.
Interesting to note. The B-Wing behind is actually just bumped, so it's now lost its action.
Oh. I believe flying too closely in formation there, maybe.
Yes. Slight mistake, easily made.
Yeah, I mean,
it's one of those things
face
that
it,
happen, you know.
He's not going to be able to get every single one.
That one doesn't bump, does get its action, and it just in range for a target lock, it seems.
Just in range.
It does mean that the rear one is not going to be target locking, though.
Yeah. That is a pretty big shame, actually. I mean, if you don't plan for these things, you will find yourself in these situations.
Oh.
I did kind of wonder if he was flying a bit too closely in the formation there.
And that's another bump.
There's another bump.
You can't target lock anyway, so at least it's not.
Well, at least he's got 2 target locks.
It's not. It's not wasted an action.
Yeah.
He's out of range anyway, so there you go.
However, he is now going to see the full force of the Imperials, I should say.
Yeah, you're thinking
I'm thinking Warhammer.
Yes, you are. Don't swear on air. Okay, there we go. 1 bank to the left. So the shuttle's obviously got a good arc on his fair choice of B-Wings here.
Oh, the fair choice of B-Wings. However, it did put the back one in range now.
It does.
So he's got 4 B-Wings facing him. Staring him deadly in the face.
Hi,
how you doing?
this is not going to end well for him.
I'm a set of B-Wings facing you with a lot of open arms. Give me a hug.
To be honest, this is really the only way you can play the shuttle, because if you try and fly...
Oh, he's going for the boost.
Oh God.
Is this happening?
No,
can he do this?
If he
I don't think he can.
He doesn't. He bumps, so he goes.
He has to not. He can't do it.
He does get to choose another action though, which is interesting.
that's. If you cannot perform the action you are intending, you can perform a second or an action.
And of course,
you don't skip your actions.
He focuses it up. Wise choice, good for defense and offense as well.
Indefinitely.
And here comes the fire spray.
Here's the 3 bank.
Oh,
just barely missing that asteroid.
That's martial
However,
piloting.
he does now put 2 of those B-Wings out of arc, I think.
No, I believe they're just barely in by the rear.
By the rear, really?
I think
Interesting.
I think they're just in because the rear of their bases are just within the arc.
No.
Either way, he still gets to fire at 1 target, so he still gets to focus down on 1.
Yep.
I predict that the front B-wing is going to be the main focus of target for all 3 ships. And look at this, a pincer maneuver coming in from the top right there. The Decimator coming in, obviously flanking the B-wings. I predict we're going to see 1 B-wing possibly take major damage this time.
I think so, possibly as well. Maybe we might see 5 shields down. We might actually see a destruction of a B-Wing.
Yes.
We don't know. I mean, it could go any way right now.
B-Wing number 2 is now taking some fire. Here we go, Decimator.
Decimator taking some shots.
Oh, 3 hits, and the B-Wing's lost 3 shields. Yep. No evades, so 3 shields gone. That's noted by the display on the right there, which jumped the gun a little bit.
That's the bad editing skills, I'm guessing.
Shush! Shush! Okay. Ooh,
range 1 shot coming from the B-Wing. I believe that's B-Wing number 2.
It is the same B-Wing that just took damage. And look, there's another 3 hits.
Another 3 hits. Can he evade at least one of them? No, that is another blank.
That's 2 shields and a hull down. That's only 2 hit points down. The shuttle could theoretically take out number 2.
this could actually be very bad. However, you just have to remember this is a pilot skill 2, so the shuttle actually shoots after all of the B-Wings.
Because the B-Wings and the shuttle are pilot skill 2. However, David has initiative.
So it means he gets to be able to move first and shoot first if they're on the same pilot skill.
In this case, the shuttle they are. So I predict we will see the B-Wings try and light up the shuttle.
I think we will do. I think that was the plan.
Yeah,
as
I
you
agree.
said, I think the shuttle's going to be taking.
And now he wants to take it out, because if he takes it out, it means that B-Wing is not going to get killed this turn.
Well, if he does take it out, I mean, he's got to chew through 10 points of damage to be able to do it. That's 5 shields and 5 hull he's got to chew through.
Theoretically, it's possible, but it's very unlikely.
Especially with the range. I think there's not too much range between them. And here we go. There's the range ruler being pulled out. Let's see what we've got here. It is I believe that's a range 1 shot?
No,
I think that's range 2, actually.
It's too far to be range 1.
Too far.
Maybe the real one's at range 3, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Here we go, 3 dice. That's 2 hits. And that's the reroll for the
final hit.
And the final hit. There's the evade. We're seeing 2 damage on the shut That's
okay,
2 shields.
He's got 2 down. That's something. So let's see if the other B-Wings can at all manage to do. And you've got to remember that they have fire control systems. So now the target lock isn't removed because, he gets one anyway.
Yeah, he gets one anyways. Here's another shot coming from the second B-Wing.
The wounded one.
Ooh, a couple of focuses there.
Thank goodness
he's re-rolling them, and I think that's one
hit, one crit, and a focus.
I think that's 1 hit, 1 crit. And there's the evade as well.
And his shuttle's being focus. Spend the focus to be an evade.
Yep.
There we go.
So there's only 1 hit. 1 hit.
And he's doing a good job of damage mitigation there.
Yep.
That focus, of course, did come into play, which is very important. Had he been in range 1, I think it wouldn't have been worked out well for him.
No, definitely not. Now he's shooting with the 2 non-target locked B-Wings. So this means he won't be able to get any rerolls. This is whatever he rolls will have to stay.
2 standard hits.
2 standard hits.
And an evade.
Evade, yeah.
That's really good.
That's another damage evaded.
Andy's dice are on fire today with the defense.
Oh no, sorry. That was 1 hit and 1 evade.
Oh.
So that is literally an entire damage evaded.
Yes. Here we go. And of course, fire control system activates, gets some target lock.
And the last one, they're just measuring it out, is a range 3 hit. I think it is. We'll probably be seeing...
And a hit and a focus.
Hit and a focus. There's the 2 dice.
And
there's an evade. There's 1 shield down for the poor Omicron.
Oh, dear. Well, he didn't destroy it.
He did not destroy it. 4 shields down. However, it does mean the Omicron can now open lasers.
Oh, yes. And of course, I'm pretty sure number 2 is going down.
I'm pretty sure that we might see a dead B-Wing here.
As long as he can do at least 3 damage, that B-Wing's going down. Which with 3 attack, that means rolling perfectly, but...
He's got 3 hits. He can do this. Oh! 2 blanks and a hit!
Well, I'm not going to take out the B-Wing, but it could do the final bit of damage.
Can he get that evade?
No!
There's the blank, and it's 1 hull left on the poor B-Wing. Both of the B-Wing and the Omicron holding on.
Well, he's going down next turn.
Possibly.
Hit the showers.
Oh dear. Indefinitely. So, that was a very interesting point of combat.
That was very, very good for Andy. Because look at that. A quarter of David's list is almost gone.
That is an almost... I was expecting a dead B-Wing.
I was expecting a dead B-Wing as well.
I was expecting a dead B-Wing. That's so much firepower from the 3 big shits. I mean, they're all rolling 3 attack dice, range 2 to 3, or 4 if they're in range 1.
I think the shuttle is going to hit the brakes this time.
I probably think you're right. I would not...
It's going to try and wait out the B-Wings, because it's going to get out of arc if it moves anyway.
Yeah.
So it might as well stay where it is, try and hope that it survives the next round of combat. It doesn't matter, because simultaneous fire rolls, it'll still get the fire back.
Yeah.
So that could work in Andy's favour. And hopefully fingers crossed, we'll see... I think the Omicron will be going down next turn, followed by the B-Wing.
Possibly. That's if the B-Wing doesn't die beforehand. I mean, to be fair, we might see the B-Wing die from the Decimator or the Fire Spray first.
Well, first, I think the Decimator is going to try and do a 1 forward, while
I think the Fire Spray is going to do a hard.
I think it's doing a hard turn.
I think they're going to try and get in the auxiliary firing arc.
The auxiliary firing arc, yes.
I think that's the best thing he can do right now. Or fly towards them and try and get to where they are right now.
I think you're right. As few viewers may not know, the Fire Spray has a rear firing arc, which allows it to fire 90 degrees forward, 90 degrees aft, which is the only ship that can do that.
Yes.
Other than 360 firing ships, of course.
I mean, I say you have... This is the only ship that can use an auxiliary fire. There is not another ship in the game currently that can use an auxiliary fire arc. However, there are plenty that can use a 360, namely the Decimator in this game, who can fire. It does not matter where he is firing regardless.
Oh, using
there's the activation
of the intelligence agent. Actually,
intelligence agent.
Seeing with the maneuver.
Seeing the maneuver of the. He wants to see the bounty hunter
as
well.
David understands now where he's going, but he can't change his dial, sadly.
However, he can plan, which is the best thing, which means he can probably use barrel rolls.
Barrel roll to try and
he needs to do.
There we go.
Here is the maneuvers. The B-wing is using 1 forward.
There we go. And of course, you've got to think the game changer in this one is, of course, the fact that right now on that Omicron Group Pilots display, a lot of displays are looking saying your ship is being target locked.
That is, your ship is being target locked. I can imagine the voice for that as well.
Your ship is being target locked. Please initiate evasive maneuvers.
I'm a shuttle. I can't do that.
Not too loud, buddy. Okay. So yeah, they're all going to slow roll it forward. They're not going to bump. So
they're not going to bump. They're going to get all their actions.
They're going to focus it.
I think they're going to focus. Yeah, they're definitely probably going to focus.
Do the chance for the max amount of damage. Just maximize the output they can throw at that thing. Destroy it. That's what's going to happen. Although I'm pretty sure that B-wing is going to get destroyed as well.
I think we possibly see at least one B-wing destruction. Definitely, we're not going to not see a B-wing destruction, and we're probably going to see another crippled B-wing.
It's been a very bloody round first.
Oh
well.
wow, yeah,
right in there with the damage.
Poor David. He's almost lost that B-wing. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't lose it that last round, but.
You see, ooh, what are we doing here? 1 forward?
They're still 1 forwarding at the moment. They're still shuffling themselves along, keeping in that formation. And to be honest, it's probably the best thing that they can do right now. If they stay in formation, they gives them a little bit more chance of survivability. And
both players following the best tactic you can do in X-Wing. Focus fire.
Focus fire.
Don't split your firing arcs. Don't split your targets. Constantly fire at the one target. Waylay into it.
I generally think splitting up your forces is also quite good. I mean,
it's good
because in this scenario, it's done really well because you've done the pincer maneuver.
Yes.
So
it depends on the situation. Really, to really get some consistent damage down on someone, especially something like a decimator.
Yeah.
If you want to kill it quickly, you got to focus it down. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. In that sort of scenario, I entirely agree with you. However, there are some scenarios you probably don't want to do that. You probably want to spray out your forces and try, as Andy's done, sort of pincer maneuver them.
I'm wondering whether this tactic by Andy was actually too... Oh, he's bumping.
Andy is doing a 1 bank forward,
Indeed
which is actually a bump.
He bumps. That means the front B-wing cannot attack him, which that negates 1, possibly 2, if the other B-wing is destroyed, attacks on him this turn, which means that shuttle...
Well, actually, it's that front B-wing that's the damaged one, the one he's bumping into, so...
Really?
Possibly, I think... Oh, no, sorry, it's not. It's the one behind it.
Yes, like I was saying. So yeah, he's mitigating... So the shuttle...
Oh, exactly what I said. Moving right past them, getting in that auxiliary firing arc. Wonderfully as well.
It's at this
point
that I think he wishes he had engine upgrade on that thing. But even still...
I would probably say but...
Even still, he can still fire at...
the damaged one.
So
yeah, and I'm guessing we're going to see a hard coming from the... Yep, there it is. The hard 2 come from the Decimator. He is surrounded by large ships right now.
Yeah, it's not
absolutely surrounded.
And he's going to get slaughtered. As simple as that. With range 1.
That looks horrible.
Yeah, that
I would
horrible.
not want to be the guy sitting in the middle of that.
Look at that.
That's horrible.
That is horrible.
That's a metal toilet.
Now, Andy's done something really good here. He's crushed his front shuttle with the front B-wing. So that means that B-wing can't fire at him. The other B-wing is going to get destroyed, possibly. So that's not going to fire at him with any luck. That means he's only get attacked with the shuttle with 2 B-wings, which, unless they can get 3 precise hits with no evades on Andy's point, then they can't kill the shuttle.
Indefinitely. definitely. And this could possibly be it. Here we go. There's
That's
the 2 hits, 1 evade, which means there's 1 shield down from the 3rd B-wing. Actually, he's decided to target the 3rd one.
Here we go. Oh, 4 hits. Ooh.
Ooh. That looks That's nasty.
That's nasty.
That's nasty.
Yes. That's yes.
2 hits.
Deadly.
Possibly, I think there's 1 evade.
And that's what you want to see, really. And there goes B-wing number 2.
There goes B-wing number 2. That's it. That's a dead B-wing.
Overkill, man. Overkill. 4 hits. That's the best roll you can get, really.
It's horrible.
But has Andy played his hand? That's the thing. Has he rolled out his best hit against an already pretty much dead B-wing?
Looks like one of the target locks is gone.
Of course.
I bet that Omicron's wiping his brow, seeing a target lock disappear.
There's no ship to be target locked by. Well, so it now comes down to the B-wings. Chance to return 5.
This could get interesting now. We could see some pretty evasive maneuvers coming from the B-wings for the next couple of rounds.
I said this last time, but I think this round the shuttle definitely going to stop if it survives.
If it survives. I mean, he probably should have done it last round, but
okay.
They could have gone either way.
Spending the target lock.
Spending the target lock, getting a round total of 4
hits.
4 hits.
Oh, damaging.
That's 1 evade, so 3 damage. That's 3 damage, and I think that's a crit as well.
Oh damn! I think. Ooh, yeah, you're right.
That's a crit as well. That's a horrible crit. Absolutely abysmal.
Yeah, terrible. I mean that's. Oh, look at that.
More hits
now,
on the
here's the
shuttle.
thing. Here's the thing. There's still more attack to come, so the shuttle could potentially be going down.
Possibly.
He's got 3 health points left. If David rolls well,
here we go. Here is the second shot.
Down.
I believe that's another. I think they're checking the range 1 shot.
Range. Yeah, is it range 1?
Is it range 1?
Because that could change the whole entire set.
Yeah, that is a range 1 shot right through the middle there.
Right then, here we go.
That looks
4 dice.
4 dice. We could possibly see a dead shuttle actually.
With the target
2
lock.
hits.
Spend the target lock.
Spending the
target
focus.
Lock. He's got a focus.
Focus. Spending that focus. Oh no, it's only 3 hits. There's not a range 1 shot.
I think
1 evade.
I think there was another one there that was off camera that we didn't see.
Possibly.
I believe the shuttle is dead. It's gone. So in round 3, we've had 2.
Yep, there
ships
it goes.
Taken out, one from the other side.
That is a dead Omicron.
Now we're sitting even here. Now at this point, they're both pretty much on even points. The Omicron, 21 points plus wind upgrade 25. Blue Squadron pilot 25 with
intelligence agent and fire control system.
Yeah, so that brings up to about 26.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much even on points.
Quite even on points right now. This is now where both players have got to really start thinking about what they can do. I mean, Andy's in the better position.
Yes.
Because, okay, he's lost his Omicron after round 2, but he's taken out one of the blue squadrons and already started dealing damage to another one.
Oh, yeah. I predict that the B-Wings definitely... Their signature move, the 2K turn.
The 2K turn.
The 2K turn.
There's no
way
argument about it.
It is important to note that because the shuttle's destroyed, fire control system null and void.
Null and void. There's literally no target locks now.
No.
So if they do K-turn, there's no actions as well.
It's at this point that I think maybe it's time that David starts to split.
Possibly. Or he could stay in formation. I mean, it's anyone's game.
Staying in formation will do the most damage. However, as we've just proven, staying in formation has made one of his B-Wings go boom.
But it's also killed one of his shuttles as well.
That is so true.
It's quite evenly balanced in regards of, does he stay in formation and try and keep the focus fire, or does he split and try and go for give him too many targets to fire?
That's true. Now the question becomes here, where does Andy go? I'm thinking a bank from the Decimator and possibly a 3K from the Fire Spray.
It's quite possible that we could see the K-10 from the Fire Spray. The only other thing that the Fire Spray could probably do is a 1 bank.
I don't think so.
To the left.
I don't think so because you're going away from the B-Wings are going to go away anyway, so you're risking being out of range.
Yeah.
Whereas if you K-turn, you're getting stressed, but at least
however,
you've got
does
fire
Andy
enough.
know about the 2 K-turn though? Because if he does that 1 bank, I think he still might be at least range 3, maybe possibly range 2.
But it's range 3.
It is.
You know that's the thing.
Here we go. We've got 2 K-turn coming from the first B-wing.
Plus also then you need to do a K-turn to get back in action anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well do it now. Get in the thick of it now. And here we go. Yeah, 2K. Exactly
2K, as was predicted from the first B-wing.
It's pretty easy to predict when that's going to happen, though. You know, it's very unusual when you can't predict when a K-turn's going to happen. Of course, stressed, so no actions. However, they do get fire control system because it's not a target lock action. You assign a target lock. So that's something at least.
So here comes the third one. He is also doing a 2K turn. Looks like turning around, facing his enemy, going, "How dare you get behind me?"
Yeah, surprisingly, do you think the point of David's tactic is not to deal with the decimator at all, just deal with the shuttle, deal with the fire spray, and then outrun the clock?
It's quite possible. I mean, this is the point where I think you need to start possibly seeing the Oiken as a threat.
Ooh,
one turn.
That's interesting because that's red on a B-wing. Then again, if you're crashing, it doesn't really matter.
I think he's doing that just to keep the Decimator in at least part of an arc.
I think you're right. I think he's hoping to catch Decimator with that.
I think he's trying to use the front one to maybe catch the fire spray, and then the other ones to maybe catch.
It's also interesting that he plans
Decimator.
that. You know, I mean, obviously he does it before he does the K-turn, so the other one still managed to turn around. But you got to think: is there like a psychological aspect to this, like not doing something which your opponent did not expect you to do? And being, because you expect all three to K-turn, and one of them doesn't.
Yeah, no, indefinitely. It could be a game of mentality here. Possibly attrition, possibly.
I think half the game of X-Wing's mentality.
Definitely.
Getting in your head of your opponent and what they're going to do. And here we go, 3K.
3K, as you predicted. A 3K turn coming from that fire spray. Switching himself around,
The other opportunity
getting ready
was to turn around the asteroid, but then he would be out of arc. Better to get arc and start just damage on those B-wings.
Possibly. That is a range 3 shot, though. So.
Yeah, but it's still something. And also, it's range 3 on the rear B-wing, which can't fire back.
Oh, this is interesting. A 3 bank heading right towards the B-wings. And that is a bump.
Yeah, it's a bump, so loses action.
However, it does mean he is now only taking 1 shot from 1 B-wing.
Once again, fantastic work from Andy. It also means that B-wing takes damage.
Yes, because that is actually a bump from Oiken, which means 1 damage has been suffered from 1 shield from B-wing number 1. So he's already started his work on another one of the B-wings now.
Indeed, that's a fantastic tactic to use with Oiken.
Yeah, definitely. It means he's in the thick of it as well, because it means he can get range 1 shot on all of the B-wings. And as we're seeing right from here, the Decimator is now shooting at one of the B-wings.
B-wing number 3, I believe.
Yeah, another 3 hits. In fact, that's oh no, only 2. Only 2 shields destroyed.
Oh well, it's still 2 shields down.
That is still 2 shields down.
Range 3
It was
shot.
1 hit and 1 crit suffered, by the way.
Oh, indeed. Range 3 shot from the fire spray. Here we go. 3 hits. Natural
3 hits. Wow. That's. I think that's 2 crits and 1 hit actually.
Yes.
1 evade, which means 2 shields down from the B-wing. So that is a lot of shields down.
Andy's displaying his fire, but if you look at the right of the screen there's a lot of blanks on the displays now.
There's a lot of blanks. All of the B-wings have now suffered at least some damage, if not losing their shields.
You gotta wonder whether this is gonna come to play later in the game.
Possibly. I mean. Oh, Andy
rolling his
invisible defense dice.
He always does that.
Expecting us to see something and then we don't. Decimator taking a hit and a crit there, so losing 2 of his shields. His 4 shields, by the way.
Yes. Sorry, Andy always does that with Decimator. With zero defense, the Decimator will take whatever you throw at it.
Basically, unless you get in range 3, or you have Kenkirk.
Or you have Kenkirk, which we did see in our first match today.
Oh.
And there's an evade from the shuttle from
the fire spray. Fire spray is getting shot on that one. It is a range 3 shot, and he is basically evaded.
And fire control system activates. The B-wing now has a target lock on the fire spray, so it's pretty obvious what the next target will be.
So that is the 3rd round of combat.
Also,
in fact, 4th round of combat. That's 10-4.
Also note that the B-wing at the rear who's facing the Decimator has also got a target lock on the Decimator because, of course, fire control system.
Fire control system.
It's a very good card for 2 points. You know,
very.
You need a system upgrade slot, but it's worth it.
Yeah. No. I don't think I can think of currently in the current state of things. I mean, Scum and Villain's just come out, so there's obviously a few new things.
Yeah, accuracy corrector,
stuff like that. But in this current state of the game, I don't think there was another decent sensory spot at this point.
Advanced sensors.
Well, in some situations, but you're more likely to take that fire control system, aren't
Agreed,
you?
you're getting a free action.
You're getting a free action, and that means you don't have to spend an action to perform that action.
True,
but which possibly means you get 2 actions.
Yeah, true. But I am putting up the good old flying the good flag of the advanced system.
Oh no!
Being able to do your action before you move is quite good, especially with the B-wing where it's got a barrel roll. You know, you go, oh, I'm heading straight towards an asteroid. I can just barrel roll before I move next.
Or possibly the shuttle, being able to perform a action before you actually perform your red maneuver, like if you need a hard turn.
Indeed. Well, if you've got engine control, if you've got engine upgrade, you can get a better turning radius out of that thing. Which we did try. We did see someone who tried that last time. Didn't really go well for him, but we'll see. Right. So dials are now being placed
right now. Where do you think the B-wings can go from here?
Well, I think
it's quite interesting where they are right now.
Yeah, I think the one at the front. The 2 that are facing the fire spray will try and do 2 forward, 2 or 3 forward, try and clear the fellow B-wing. The other B-wing, however, I think can only crash into the decimator. Because there's not much else where that thing can go. It can't K-turn. It's going to crash at some point. So I think it will crash into either its fellow B-wing or the decimator, either with a 2 bank or something.
I probably have to agree with you on that one, as the B-wing does not take damage from bumping into Oiken. It's only if Oiken bumps into the B-wing.
Indeed.
So being able to take that first initiative and actually bump yourself, it means you obviously probably won't get bumped yourself.
And he's probably going to get bumped himself because, of course, Oiken is facing completely the wrong direction for that. That is the disadvantage not having K-turn on this thing. But I'm sure that Andy has thought about that. And here we go.
Two forward, releasing his stress. I think that is a green maneuver.
It is a green maneuver on the
which means he now is able to take an action.
Well, they're not very maneuverable, the B-wings. They're there for
They're
power.
they're more like little tanks, I think. Like, they're not maneuverable, but they have a lot of shield and they can take a few hits.
Yeah.
So
I'd pick one over a Y-wing any day.
It depends on the situation, I think.
That's true. You got turrets with the Y-wing, I guess.
You get the turrets with the Y-wing, but I kind of have to agree with you. The B-wing is one of the best, one of the good rebel ships.
You have to make it work, though. You have to really
have to make it work and really make an effort for it.
And there you go. Focus with the fire control system means there's a good chance of doing at least 2 damage here to the fire spray. Of course, having a focus and target lock shoots the chance of getting at least 2 damage up to like 98% or something like that. Very good odds there. For doing some consistent damage to the fire spray. And of course, in this game, it's not just about how much damage you use, it's about consistent damage.
2 right turn coming from the...
That I didn't expect.
B-wing number 4.
Indeed, I didn't expect that at all. It does clear the decimator, though. Does not clear the stress, though.
No.
So you got to wonder whether that's going to come into play at some point in the match.
It does. Indefinitely. We're going to see a 2 forward maneuver coming from the other B-wing as well.
And thus you can see why he moved the other B-wing first, because otherwise it would have crashed if he didn't.
Definitely. It means he's planning ahead. He's seeing, right, well, my B-wings are here, I need to move these guys first before I move this guy, or it's going to go wrong.
Probably
and that's good planning.
Doing a 2 right turn, thinking about it, is now actually the best option, because he could have a shot with the fire against the fire spray.
He could.
Very unlikely, but there is an
I
opportunity.
mean, the arc is kind of facing the wrong direction, but it depends how far forward Andy moves his fire spray.
Because he probably wasn't going to get a shot on the decimator.
No.
But he possibly could get one on the fire spray. And I'd take that could any time. Okay, let's see what's going to happen here. So we've got a
We're now getting some target locks, I believe, onto the fire spray from the second B-wing. I mean, all of the fire sprays now have a target lock somewhere.
B-wings.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I said, B-wings, didn't I?
You said fire sprays.
Oh,
I'm sure
all of the B-wings have target locks on the fire sprays.
I'm sure the people on the YouTubes will back me up on that one. I do make mistakes. We try and be professionals.
We try and be professional.
Okay, so that's
I like the term try.
Well, like I said, look, that B-wing may just have an arc on that fire spray.
Yeah, that is a 2 forward, which means he may now have that arc. I was kind of hoping Andy would go for the 1, but it looked like he's going for the 2 instead. It does bring him into range 1 of one of the fire spray, not the fire spray, sorry, the B-wings. I'm going to do this all game now.
It does mean, of course, that the B-wing is within range of the fire spray.
Yes, so
it works both ways.
However, the decimator doing that hard 2, kind of what I thought he'd probably do.
You're trying to circle the opponent,
trying to circle around, trying to keep him in at least a decent range.
He may just be within range 1 of the rear B-wing there.
Yeah. I don't have a doubt of that, actually. I think he probably is.
It's probably an easy range 1 there. So
getting the dice ready.
There we go, and
there's a 4th dice, so there is a range 1 shot. Here we go.
Andy
taking the shot with the decimator.
Go on, Oiken. 1 hit. That's not what you want to see. Oh, focusing up for 2.
There's 2 hits there.
And
that's
an
1 evade, so that is possibly only 1 shield.
1 shield down. That's not
1 shield down.
That's not too bad for David. David's doing a good job here of keeping. To be honest,
actually, I don't know. No, I don't think that. I think no. From my notes, that was actually 2 hits.
Oh, 2 hits. Fair
2 hits and 2 shields down. I think the one that we saw was actually a focus, not an evade. It's hard to see on the screen, isn't it?
I don't know why they're... it is hard to see. I don't know why they're deliberating arc here. I think they're wondering... Oh, they're wondering if the rear B-wing is an arc of the fire spray.
Yes.
And I think they decided...
that it's not. No. I
Still...
think the attack is... Oh, no, I think it is. I think they decided it was.
They are measuring for range.
They're measuring for range.
They must be.
I think it is
look
a... Oh, look at that. knocking your ship.
That's
there.
why you use the acrylics, which I'll point out that due to our amount of people, we had 64 people, didn't we?
64 people.
Well, that's what we planned for.
No, we planned for 64 people. We got 44.
And of course,
people, I think.
only 32 get like a free item. So Athena very kindly commissioned some segmented range rulers, and there's 2 hits right there with no evades.
So that is 2 hits and 1 crit. So that is actually 1 shield gone, and he gets a damaged engine.
Ooh,
in terms of a crit.
Ooh, on the fire spray. Ooh, that's not good.
No, that's the fire spray attacking the B-wing.
Oh, well, B-wing's turns are red anyway. What does it care?
So that's a damaged engine on the bounty.
Why would you ever want
on the B-wing?
Why would you ever just want to turn? Why don't you just K turn with a B-wing?
Yeah, you know.
So
it's
got 2K. It can do it. Although this turn is not going to be very helpful to him.
No,
because
I think
he would crash against the bounty hunter if he did that.
Yeah, probably.
But we'll see. I predict that in the next round of manoeuvring, the fire spray will either probably try and bank. Of course, the B-wing is going to move before him.
Yeah.
Before combat phase, here we are.
Here's some combat. B-wings taking some hits. There's a fire control system.
4
and
hits.
That's 1 evade. So that's 1 shield.
3 shields.
3 shields. 3 shields. Wow, that's a lot of hits.
Yeah, that's a lot of hits.
That's a lot of hits.
And now the rear one's going to fire, so we're going to...
He's only got 1 shield left, so whatever he takes here, this is going to be horrible. That's some fire control system activating. Ouch!
Oh!
Using that focus token.
Wise decision.
Trying to save himself, but he's still taking...
1 to the hull, and he gets a crit.
He does take a crit. It's actually rather horrible. What is the crit?
I think it's direct hit. It looks like direct hit for me. Either way, it's a crit.
Don't think it is, actually.
Other
if it was direct hit, he would have taken 2 hull.
That's true.
So...
I think they're deciding that the B-wing is out of arc, which could be a lucky break for Andy.
Ouch.
Now, the B-wings, I think, are going to move to try and block the fire spray or attempt to get the fire spray in an attack arc. The rear ones probably can't K-turn, so they will probably turn to try and get...
No, it's fine.
So the B-wing's probably going to turn to the left, try and block the fire spray, while the one on the far left there that's been out of arc, that'll try 2K, try and get it within firing.
Possibly. However, I don't think Andy. I think Andy's going to do hard to the right.
Make use of
auxiliary firing arc, which means that maneuver might actually not block it.
Yeah, with any luck, he'll probably, if it does a 3 hard, he may just avoid that.
Yeah. And the decimator at the back there's obviously just going to do another 2 hard.
Yep.
He's going to keep himself circling around. However, he is in an interesting position right now because he's got to worry about
those 2 asteroids. Yeah, he's getting
he's
close to them.
Sneakily close to those asteroids.
And of course, if he lands on one, that's not only possibly taking damage, that's stopping an attack.
Yeah, stopping an attack, which could be vital.
Yeah.
Especially since you've now got 3 B-wings versus a single poor fire spray.
When you think about it, look at these B-wings. One of them's down to 2 hull. One of them's down to 5 hit points in general. One's down to 6 hit points. They're hurting.
Yeah, they're taking damage now. They're definitely taking damage now. Especially the B-wing number 1 with the 2 hull left. He's probably going to go down in this next round of combat.
I agree. Assuming that he doesn't crash with Andy in some way.
No, indefinitely. The other 2 B-wings may survive. I mean, one may get another take a bit more of a crippling
Dials
hit.
are down, but David is still deciding on the front B-wing who's close to the fire spray.
I'm wondering if he's deciding if he's trying to figure out where the fire spray's going to go.
Definitely trying to decide that. And here we go.
Do you think he's going to use intelligent agent here?
I think that'd be the best time to use intelligence agent, but he's probably not within range.
He's probably not
B-wing.
opting not to.
Probably not to.
He's doing a 1 bank from this B-wing right now.
Yeah, of
so
course.
this is going to get really... So he is going for the optimal position of, I'm going to try and block you as much as I can.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully he can... Because assuming that the other one banks and it bumps into him first, that B-wing is still going to get an attack against that.
Yep.
Fire spray, because unless he bumps
Put it
that
this way, even if the fire spray doesn't make it through, he can still, if he does the 2 right, I mean, that means if he gets through, he's taking attacks from that B-wing.
Yes.
No, there's no joke about that. That's probably going to get an arc.
Definitely. Even if he does a turn, I think he'll do the kit.
Yeah.
If he does...
If he does a forward...
If he does a 4 forward, he may just clear it.
That might actually change
just
the game
clear it.
entirely. At that point.
Which, the B-wing?
There's the B-wing, there's the
just
bump.
Shuffling forward, just bumping.
Forwards. He's not... I don't think he's too bothered by...
He was hoping that... He's hoping that the fire spray does 1 forward, bumps that B-wing again, and so therefore the B-wing just to the left there can waylay upon him with...
And the B-wing behind him, I think, is just doing...
doing a turn.
Doing a... Turn?
No,
No, he's just going 1 forward. I thought he was going to... I think he bumped
Okay,
as well,
yes. At this point, Andy wants to do a 3 forward or a 4 forward, because that would put him in
that would put him in the perfect position.
Let's see what he's predicted.
He is doing the maneuver I thought he was going to do. He is doing a 3 turn.
What a wise
To the
choice.
left!
Oh! Now, will it fit? That is the question.
I don't think it will, though.
No, I don't think
he bumps.
so. I think
he's
bumps.
got no chance.
Which, in that case, he stays exactly where he is.
That's
Yes,
not good.
That's not good at all.
Oh, that's not going to
That's not good at all.
Andy thinking about this now going,
Poor Andy.
I think he's taking his chance. I think he's like thinking about this going, I don't think I can fit it.
Andy's a very shrewd player. He knows what he's doing. He's very skilled what he does.
He does know what he's doing, but I think he probably did the wrong thing. Oh, he's not doing what I thought he was doing for that 1 bank there.
No, he's definitely going over next time, but I think he'd rather go over next turn and not land on it rather than risk landing on this turn.
Yeah,
because
I think that's probably the best thing
he's going to need to fire at those B-wings.
Yeah. He's giving himself a focus as well, so that's a focus for that one.
Good for the attack, because nothing's going to hit him, so he's got to go all out on attack.
He is going to try and do as much damage to that back B-wing as possible, which actually is the damaged one. So this could probably see...
And that's a range 1 shot, it seems.
Range 1 shot at B-wing number 4, so not the one I thought it was.
Oh,
4 dice. Ow!
Oh.
That is...
Those attack dice today, man, they are reading really nice to Andy.
They're being ridiculously nice.
And no evade dice.
So that is... Ouch!
Oh.
A lot of damage on the poor.
And he's dead.
B-wing. That's a dead B-wing.
And that stopped 1 attack on that fire spray. The
complete attack from the
fire spray only has 1 B-wing firing at it, which is still 1 ship firing at it, but at least it's mitigating some of that damage.
At least it is. Yeah. No.
It's taking out something out of the equation. And now, at this point, oh god, fire spray.
Fire spray taking his shots now. What evade though? So.
Damn.
That is a lot of hits.
I think that was just 1 hit out, and the rest were focus, I believe.
So that's all the shields down as well. That's all the shields gone.
Now the B-wings return fire. Fire control system activates. I think that's 1 evade from the fire spray, and no, that's a focus, by mistake.
This is actually going quite
dealing
badly.
the cards.
Dealing the cards.
Oh.
That is a damaged...
That's not a damage engine,
That's a damaged...
Oh!
2 crits!
Bloody hell!
2 crits! That poor fire spray is taking damage.
That 1 attack was definitely worthwhile.
Yep.
And look at that. The Bounty Hunter's now sitting on 1 hull point. That's not good.
Not good at all. I think this could be maybe a dead fire spray in the next round.
Next round, Andy has to take out 1 of the B-wings. He has to go for the weak one and take it out. Otherwise, he's running the risk of the fire spray going down. And the best action you can take is an evade. Get 1 free guaranteed evade.
This is where the whole conversation we had earlier about the difference between taking an evade and a focus. This is the situation when you want to be taking evades.
Yeah, you want to
because you
guarantee
need the guarantees.
You need the guarantee.
You can't rely on luck now.
You can't rely on the dice rolls. For
yeah,
you, man.
you have to be able to guarantee at least one of those to be saved.
Interesting worth of note is that at the rear B-wing, sorry, the B-wing on the left that's bumped or that's currently collided with the fire spray, did not get to fire, so its fire control system did not activate.
No, it didn't. So
that's something. If Andy can collide with the B-wing that's got a target lock, and hopefully he will, that will negate that attack. And then all he's got to worry about is the B-wing that's not got any modifiers to it.
No,
because they're going to cater, so they're going to get stress, so they can't then get a target lock or a focus. In fact, actually, I believe the B-wing on the rear can't actually cater, because if it does, it will bump the base, because of course, it's at an angle.
I can see very few ways that Andy could possibly move himself right now. So if he's got to try and this is the bit where you've got to try and predict your opponent. You've got to try and figure out where your opponent's going to go and try and put yourself in a position where he's not going to be able to fire at you.
Agreed. Especially
with this right now, with the bounty hunter being one hull point left.
Well, definitely with the decimator, I think Andy's going to try and Hail Mary through the asteroid.
Oh,
there's the damage.
No doubt. There's no doubt about that. He's just going to take whatever he takes. And I mean, he's only the worst case scenario. He's suffering a shield.
Suffering a shield. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
which he can afford that.
He can afford that. But in the case of the fire spray, he kind of needs that to live right now.
He needs it to live. That's why he needs.
Else he's 2 B-wings versus 1 decimator, and it could go quite badly.
Yes.
Depending on how much damage he suffers.
I still think he needs to take out that B-wing that's got 3 hull left.
Yeah. No, he's still got to take that B-wing.
Because if that's still surviving, then this game.
Best case scenario he can do right now is try and avoid the firing arcs of both the B-wings with the fire spray, and that's by doing either a right turn or a forward. I think. I think that's the best thing he can do with that right now.
Well,
so it's only down to luck as to see what we can do, and here we go. We are seeing I think that is a bank maneuver.
Yes, that's a 2 bank.
2 bank to the left.
Yep, to the left.
Trying to get past that fire spray. Does he do it?
It is putting himself right in the middle of his own B-wing, so hopefully he's not going to crash that one. I doubt he will with the 2K turn, but we'll see.
There it is.
There we go. Good piloting on the part of Dave, I think.
Well, it looked like a bank, but I think that was a bit hard of a turn for a bank, so I think that was a turn. So
of course means a stress, because of course B-wing's got a damage engine, I believe.
Yeah. So which means all of his red maneuvers, all of his turns and red now, aren't they?
Yep.
So yeah, no, that's a bad situation for the B-wing.
My prediction probably was right. Is it going to be right? Yes, they're reaching for the 2 straight template. That's probably a 2K turn from that B-wing. You're doing corner to corner, flying casual as they do.
No, actually, I think he's not turning it around at all, unless he is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here he is.
He's done the 1K. He gets the stress for his trouble, but at least he's going to have that fire spray within arc.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's definitely going to have that fire spray in arc now. The best thing that Andy can do is turn.
I agree.
I agree. If he turns to the left, it puts him in a better position to be able to fire from his rear firing arc, and he's avoiding one of the shots.
Does he also want distance? Like, does he want to get range 3? Because although he gets extra defense dice, so does the opponent.
I think...
Table service just arrived.
Table service just arrived. I think the best thing he can do is just... Because he's already going to do something that avoids the firing arc of one of them. And there we go. There it is. There's the two bank to the left.
That was pretty much an easy call. And he's still within range 1 of that beat of the B-wing right there. So he's got a good shot here.
Yep.
Of course, range 2 from that B-wing.
Taking a focus action.
Ooh, he's taking a risk.
Taking a big risk here, and the decimator's going a 3 bank to the left.
As we predicted, just going right
just
through
Hail Marying through it, right through it.
Not wondering about that 1 damage. Just going for it.
Yeah.
Loses action, but he's definitely within range 1 of his choice of B-wing.
Yeah.
So I predict that whatever B-wing, I predict that the B-wing with 3 hull left is going down, my son.
I think it's probably going to die as well.
He takes the damage.
He does take the damage as well. There's the shield.
There's 1 shield.
I think that's the biggest cost he can take for that. So
in fact, if he got a crit, it'd probably be better for him, really.
Yeah,
he's
probably.
got a shield.
He's got a shield, so it doesn't really matter in this case scenario.
Best return. Yeah.
He's not taking too much from that.
No. I think even if you manage to take out one B-wing, even if the fire spray is eventually taken out, I think a B-wing versus decimate. I think
there's the range one shot. There we go.
Here
we go.
Yeah,
this is it. This is probably the dead.
Here we go.
He is aiming. Notice that he's actually aiming for the one that is. Ouch.
Well, one hit is
damage.
better than nothing, I guess, but
1 damage.
Still.
So this is now where it starts becoming very interesting because
there we go. That's what you need.
That's the fire spray.
That's what you want.
That's the other 2 damage there. Another evade though. So
yeah, it's still alive.
It is still alive.
Meaning it's gonna fire.
It's going to. The fire spray is going to start taking some damage.
Now, Andy, really some good dice rolls here.
However, those 2 attacks from the bounty hunter actually did do 2 hull point damage.
Oh, yeah.
So there is 1 hull point left from the blue squadron. So this could be it. This could be it. This could be a dead fire spray.
No, I believe it's all cancelled out.
He's still alive.
He's still alive, just barely.
He's still alive.
By the skin of his teeth.
By the skin of his teeth, he's still alive. Both of them hanging on there. Both of them gripping the edge of the cliff.
Yeah, that's just crazy. I expect at least one of them to go down, but not both of them. So, especially with the fact that bounty hunter started with only 1 hull and survived an entire round of shooting from one B-wing.
How do you think David Gilby can come back from this? Because, put it this way, I don't...
Bishop.
I'm really... Sorry, Bishop, sorry. How do you think he can come back from this? Because right now, yes, he's going to take out the bounty hunter, but he's still got 12 hull points and 1 shield of Oiken to get through.
Well...
And he's about to lose another B-wing.
To be honest, if he can get his B-wings out of reach of the Decimator, with any luck, and if he can somehow get within the blind spots of the fire spray, unlikely that it may be.
If the fire spray goes down, and then his bounty... and then, not his bounty, sorry, the blue squadron goes down, it's a 1v1 fight.
It's a 1v1 fight. But if he can keep those 2 B-wings alive and destroy the fire spray, he can win on points as long as he outruns the clock.
This is true. This is true. He could win on points if he just avoids everything. He
has to avoid that Decimator, because at this point, he's not going to be able to take out the Decimator. He's waited too long. The Endgame has progressed in such a way which he cannot take out the Decimator unless he can evade everything the Decimator throws him, which with 1 defense dice, that's not going to happen.
Not going to happen easily. Not going to happen easily.
So he has to deal out more damage than the Decimator can give out, which is possible but unlikely.
Unlikely. Seeing a 2-turn coming from that B-wing there, moving himself nicely sort of to the left there.
Yeah, definitely. I think that Andy is going to try and bank the fire sprays to try and keep the B-wings within his
and a 2 forward coming from the other B-wing, which means we're about to see some pretty nasty things about to happen.
Oh yeah, I think that something is going down this round.
Something is definitely going down this round.
But I'm willing to predict that 2 ships will die this round.
I'm predicting to predict that the fire spray and the B-wing are probably going to die.
Well, yeah, they're the only ones that can die in 1 round.
This is where we're going to say goodbye to our poor B-wing.
Ooh, barrel rolling.
That direction as well, which is really interesting.
He's trying to make sure that no matter where the fire spray goes, he's got an arc on it with something.
Not only that, I think he's trying to keep himself away from Oiken as well.
That is
true. He doesn't want to take that bump damage.
Yeah, because that would kill the remaining B-wing if it crashed into him.
Here's the fire spray. He is going 1 bank to the left.
As predicted.
Putting himself as far away as possible from both the B-wings if he can.
And the
only thing left to go now is there's a focus action, sorry.
Taking it down.
Only thing left now is to see what the Decimator is going to do, and very predictable, too hard. Let's face it, this is what the Decimator is built for. Just going around in circles, pretty much.
Ring around the rosy,
At least behind or around or to the side of his enemy.
Focus action there for the fight by the Decimator. Obviously maximising attacks.
Maximising as much attack as he can. 4 dice. This is it. Are we going to see a dead fire spray?
Oh,
2 hits.
2 hits. The Decimator has not been throwing out some good good hits.
No, it's not.
Andy really needs to start kind of focusing, doing a target lock with that thing, even if it is not spending it immediately. And there goes the B-wing.
There it is. There's that last hit. Oh, it's just indicating that it's
the wrong B-wing.
The wrong B-wing to die. It's the other one, not that one.
Which actually, this is quite good for Andy, because if he can bump that B-wing next turn, that's another damage.
Yep.
Assuming he can bump the B-wing.
Assuming he can bump the B-wing.
Now, it's definitely with an arc. The question is range. It's not range 1. Fire Spray is now making an attack against the remaining B-wing.
And that is two...
Now he's wondering, does he spend the focus on the attack?
Or he's spending the focus.
Going for the 3 hits.
He's going for the 3 hits. This is it. This could be a game changer. There's an evade. That's 2 hits. No more shields left on that B-wing.
All right.
No more.
Now I'm wondering, was that the best play that Andy could make?
Maybe.
Well. Oh.
That's a dead fire spray.
Yes.
That's 2 critical hits that he's just suffered, and he's only managed to evade 1 of them.
Oh, God, yeah.
So that is a critical hit coming onto Andy, and that is a dead fire spray. That's the fire spray gone.
Well, it's now down to the Decimator.
It's now down to a Decimator and a B-Wing. And I think because of that loss, whatever happens here, Andy wins.
I agree.
Andy is in the winning situation
Andy is in the situation. He wins by points alone. David would have to destroy that Decimator. Which
means he has to evade everything. And that Decimator's got to roll really badly.
Yes, the Decimator is throwing the exact same thing that the B-Wing's throwing out. 3 dice.
Yeah.
4 at range 1. The difference is that, of course, the B-Wing gets an evade, which Oiken doesn't. And you've got to think, does Oiken's ability come into play as well? Because if you crash, then that negates an attack and also means you do a damage.
Yeah.
So you get something out of nothing, really.
This could be the final turn.
This could be
the final turn.
It could be.
We could see the
2k possibly from the B-Wing. Let's see if I'm correct. Oh no, it's 2-turn.
He's doing a 2-turn. He is trying to remove himself. I don't think he could 2k turn actually. I think he would have. I think he was worried about the asteroid in front of him.
Yeah. Oh no, I think he would have been just been short of it. I think he was more worried about Oiken.
Oh, where Oiken was going to go?
Oiken was probably
in terms of being bump him. Yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, I think that's what we'll see from Andy. I think we'll see a 3 bank from the Decimator
so,
right there.
So let's see what he's going to do. There it is. That's a 1 bank.
Oh, 1 bank. So he wasn't going for the crash.
He just wanted to go keep in the arc.
So
and it still keeps him in range 1.
Range 1.
Which this is.
That could kill him.
This is horrible. This could be the last 3 damage. There's the focus. This is it. This could be a dead guy.
Here we go.
This could be a dead guy. This could be a dead guy.
Oh,
that's only
2.
1 hit, 1 crit.
Oh.
2 shields gone.
2 shields gone. Range shields.
2 shields.
Yeah.
I thought we were. There's an editing error there.
Yeah, editing error. Yeah.
Something went wrong. Now there's no shields.
Yes. Well, okay, so this is getting interesting. Definitely a case that Oiken is going to survive this fight. It's now a case of not who's going to win, but when they're going to win. Will it be this round, or is David going to try and keep the B-Wing at keep away as much as possible? Going for a 2 bank, probably trying to hide behind that asteroid.
I think it's a 1 bank actually.
That is 1 bank. My apologies.
Is he going to avoid that asteroid though?
That is a question.
Now,
I think
he's flying deadly close to that asteroid.
I think he just lands on the tip.
Does he?
He does. He lands on the tip.
Oh no!
Just on the very tip.
Oh, this could be abysmal. There's the roll. But luckily he doesn't suffer the damage.
He's not going to fire anyway.
However, that Decimator's right behind him.
Oh, I would not want to be in David's shoes right now.
There's the 2 hard. Coming right into the rear.
And there we go. Right behind, ready for a range 1 attack on that B-Wing.
The Decimator's done amazingly well at keeping his range 1 arc.
I've noticed that today with
B-Wing.
With a lot of people taking Jonathan, my previous commentator, commented how everyone's kind of keeping their Decimators in the fray of things, not really skirting on the outside like you're used to.
Yeah.
And look at that. Look at that.
There we are. There's the focus. 4 hits. No chance. There's the blank.
The B-Wing,
there
and
it is.
There's the game.
There's the game.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us.